Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Scrapbook Live for January of 2025, our very first one of this year. Super excited to be here with Allison. Hello, Allison.
Hello.
We're going to show you our fabulous kits from the scrap room here in just a moment. We'll do a couple comparisons about some of the things that I got, that she got, because they break up some items to go into the kit. So it's interesting to see kind of some of the differences that we end up with. Also, I have to give the hugest shout out to the scrap room for receiving my kit this time because they had to figure out alternative shipping to get this to Canada because right at the time when they normally ship out my kit, we were under a massive Canada-wide postage strike.
Oh,
So
I'm so glad that's over.
I am so glad that's over. And I am really happy that they were so accommodating so that I could have this to share with everybody live here today. So shout out to the scrap room. Thank you for always being there for us and making sure we get to have all the fun and giving away an awesome prize today. So mail is working. I actually already have my February kit. So that is on the calendar. We'll talk, make sure you have the dates for that at the end of the session. And don't miss our draw later on. So stay tuned for that. With that, I think we should dive in right after this. So, just as I was about to say the date for this, January of 2025, my brain literally defaulted. I wanted to go 2023. It was going back in time. And if anybody knows the reference, we are doing a load coming up February 1st. Super excited about this one, inspired by Back to the Future. And it is going to be such a fun month, inspired by different moments from the movie, different characters from the movie, different machines from the movie, perhaps. You know,
Interesting.
and we're going to draw inspiration from all of these things with story prompts, technique prompts, and of course, a featured layout every single day as we revisit the Back to the Future movie, because we're going to fit in number 2 and 3 a little bit as well. And as we make our own scrapbook pages. So if you're not a Scrap Happy member, then now is either the perfect time to get into that with us or to sign up for Load, give it a try, see what you think. After that, you're going to be like, why am I not a Scrap Happy member right now? We make it a very, very affordable. I think it is one of the most affordable online memberships that is not a free group, right? So
Mhm.
come check us out. And in fact, right now, if you use the code Future 2025, right? We got a new year, Future 2025, you'll save $15 on either the load or no, $17. This one's just for you guys, actually. $17. $17 on just the load, or you can use it for the membership. So you can do either one, but you don't have to do both because members automatically get all of the loads. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna move forward. We've got to look at these fabulous kits from the scrap room and get our scrapping done. Okay, Allison, did you peek at your kit?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's been sitting in my scrap room since December. So yeah. Plus, I go across the line to pick it up in the States. So technically, I have to open the package before I cross the border. Otherwise, they get all mad at me. So,
Right. They're like, how do you know what's in that?
so yeah, I see that.
Okay. Well, that means that we should switch our cameras. I will switch over to your other camera and add a spotlight there. And I will hit this button to switch mine. And I will do that. How's that? Now we've got our desktops. So let's check out the first one. Is the first one that you have simple stories?
Oh, I've mixed them all up. So you just pick, and then I will follow you.
Okay, well, according to my sheet, it should be the Echo Park family one. So
Okay,
right
let's do
there.
that.
Okay.
And
So,
then I just got to say, Rochelle was so sweet. She forgot to put my coffee thing in, so she sent it separately. It
oh
smells
my
really
God.
good. It's eggnog grog, it says.
Eggnog grog. How fun is that?
I know. Okay.
Oh, it smells so yummy.
Right?
Made coffee. Now I'm like having tea and I'm like thinking coffee would have been better. Okay, so let's have a look that's in this first one. I We're starting off good. We've got the full 12 by 12 sticker sheet, so you kind of get to see a little bit of everything that is in this collection as we have our samples. So here is some of the stuff that we're seeing. A story to be told. Family, what does that say? Is the key to happiness. I don't have my reading glasses on. Family is the key to happiness. Let's read the bigger words. Our family is filled with love. The love of a family is life's greatest blessing. So lots of nice little sayings on there. You kind of get a feel for what's in there. There's butterflies and flowers and some trees and plant stuff. So very nice.
Really pretty.
Yeah. And then we've got the first paper, which has a little bit of flowers in the corner. It's already like pre-framed. So if you're the kind of person that likes to like cut a little frame so you have the frame around the edge of your paper, then this one's done for you. It's like, ta-da! Don't have to do all the work. I will point out that this is cream-based paper, not white-based paper. So
Hmm.
like something inside me is crying just a little bit. But for anybody that likes heritage, this is perfect. And then the back of this, we've got like it's like a burgundy, but it's like almost a soft burgundy, actually. I don't know if it's showing soft enough on camera. Like it reads really soft to my eyes.
Yeah, it's kind of going towards brown. Yeah.
Yeah. Burgundy, brown. Yeah, it's kind of like a good question as to which one that is.
Hmm. This is really pretty.
Yeah, really nice floral. You can see the flowers on that one. And then there is like peach. What do you call it? Slightly peachy coral.
Yeah, it's like a dusty, peachy, rosy kind of color.
Right. I think it would actually match really well with my other glasses, right? And then we've got this other floral, and it's got a dark base, like a black base with little flowers on it. And then a mustardy yellow, like grid on the back. And to go with this, I've got two sheets of um, some cardstock. This is the Cartabella cardstock. So this collection is Echo Park's family collection, but they've used this Cartabella cardstock to go with it. So kind of nice. Christine says it would be nice for older photos. Very pretty.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think Debbie's been here long enough to know that cream is not my favorite thing. Like I would still use this collection. Like I use it. I'm not saying I don't. And then oh, add-on embellishments. Do I have those?
I think this is the add-ons.
Oh, I'm not sure that I have mine actually.
Really?
Let me look in my package. Be like me to be like, they're still in the box. Oh no, they're right here. They're right here. I saw them. I saw them when I opened it, and then I'm like having a panic attack. Okay. Vintage without being overly vintagey. Thank you, Deborah. That describes it perfectly. Okay. I totally have them. Rochelle would not have missed that. So,
No.
oh yeah, look, Allison's got them all laid out all nice. So let's see.
There we go. That's what I have.
So I like that there's a lot of words in here. So like the little word phrases, I tend to pop those onto layouts very easily. Um they're an embellishment that I find easy to use.
Yeah.
I will say like words that are little strips like that, yes. Big things like this, not as much. Not as much. But there's good variety in here.
But things like that, you could always tuck and just have the florals showing.
I do, I do. And sometimes I just need that little bit of color off of something. So then it's just like it's like sticking out like that much from something, and you're like, oh, it did have words all over it, but it doesn't matter now. So lots of good little pieces together, family, picture perfect moments, family, perfect moments, family traditions, my family, a time to be remembered, memories. So lots of good things. Oh, and this one says thank you. So if you're using your leftovers for card making, that one's perfect.
Yeah. We have some of the same and some different. That's kind of fun.
Oh,
Yeah. Get them all back in the bag. There we go.
there we go. I lost my bag for it already. That's very okay. So very good family pack. So the next one listed is the photoplay Yeti for winter. I'm guessing that's this one.
I'm just gonna say off the top of my right off the bat, I'm gonna have a hard time using this because we don't get snow. You, on the other
I
hand,
think that all the people down in Houston and
well,
Florida are
yeah,
looking for this kit right now.
need this kit. You're right.
All the people who are like, I never get snow, are like, bring on the snow paper. So let's have a look at it like that for you and have a look to see, is this kit going to be usable like at all in other ways? Maybe not the icons and the stuff like that as much, but you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I do not know that you're not like super far from Whistler, just in case you go skiing. There's a few skiing references there.
We just don't do that.
Family, okay. So, but I think that their little Yeti is really cute with his toque on his head and everything. They've got a little snowman in here. They've got a toboggan with some little knitted mittens. Like that might be something you get to pull out anyways.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I do have pictures I haven't scrapbooked from my sister-in-law used to own a cabin up at what they call Sasquatch Mountain. So Yeti, Sasquatch, pretty much the same thing. So I could use some of those.
Perfect. So this first paper is super cute. It has little hot cocoa, which I think you don't have to be like super wintry to use this. So
Oh yeah, no, I
uh,
can use that.
first one up, this is working. And then of course we have the back side, which is just a beautiful plaid. So usable.
Totally.
And it's really pretty actually. I like that one a lot. It's like good job photo play. Um, and like I really like the snowflake kind of papers like this. It's like the same thing as what they do with all the florals, right? You get like all your florals everywhere, but when it's like snowflakes, it's just kind of extra special. Jackie's saying, I already used that kit once. Donna says, we got snow 3 times this year in Greensboro. I saw posts in Oak Island of people sledding on the beach, snow on top
Whoa.
of the sand. I saw a video and people were sledding with the most randomy things. Like people are very inventive, but they were going sledding with, I saw kiddie pools, I saw a surfboard, I saw boogie boards, I saw lots of inflatable pool floats. I saw a suitcase. They had opened up like a hard-sided suitcase and they were riding on a suitcase. And I'm like, they were using sun visor, like the things you put in your window so your car doesn't deteriorate and get so hot. They were using that for sliding. Like people were so creative, and I'm like, bravo, people, I approve.
Well, we have this one hill not too far from us. Like it's in a park. Like it's not like a ski hill or anything like that. But in the summertime, the grass gets so dry that the kids grab big pieces of cardboard and sled down the hill on those. So innovation.
Right? So this looks like it could go for water or something. Doesn't it have like a
Yeah,
water?
totally.
Definitely doesn't have to be wintry. Well, it could be wintry, but yeah. And then we've got some winter time. It says winter time with these trees that are cutely decorated. So yeah, like it's a winter collection, but here you go. Like, it doesn't have to
Oh
be a
yeah,
spring collection. So,
completely.
just in case anybody got this collection and they're like, yeah, we don't really have snow here either because we don't live in Florida or Texas. So, yeah. Two sheets of black cardstock. Very cute.
Mary's asking if we would use the plaid as a background or would we cut it up and use it as a smaller amount. To be honest, both.
Mm, I know. It's just so nice. Like,
Oh.
see the little kind of peaky frame. And yeah, it's like I could have a lot more of that paper in my house. Do I need a lot more? Probably no, but maybe. Okay, and then in the add-on embellishments, let's just move this here. There are some pieces of Yeti ephemera. It looks like half a pack. So the Cartabella one that we saw before was also half a pack, and this is half a pack. So they have broke up a pack and you get some of the pieces. Here we go. Oh, and so we both got the snow one. We both got
Yeah,
this one.
these ones are the same. These ones are different.
Oh, yeah, we got some different ones on here.
Fun.
Adventures in the Snow. I like this thing. That's a good one. All bundled up and Yeti for winter. That feels like a dad joke, and I'm here for it. Are you a Yeti for winter?
Gotta love a good dad joke.
Okay. That one is great. Let's put that down here. The next one up is also from Photoplay. They're beautiful junk. Is that you say that? Beautiful junk.
Yeah, I think so.
JUNQUE. So feel free to correct me in the comments. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Um, yeah, Donna says we have no hills near our house. The neighbor in Southport sent me a picture of the house there. We built a hill in our backyard for tobogganing for my kids. When we were doing the yard, like landscaping stuff, we actually built a hill. But the worst part is it's facing south, and so it melts too soon in the spring. Like when it,
No.
yeah. I'm like, I should have known better. I've grown up in Canada my whole life. I should have put it on the other side of the yard, but we didn't. Okay. So first off, this is floral and this is gorgeous
Hmm.
and I so want to use this paper. So super pretty. Give you like a little sneak peek up close. And then the back side of it has like all of these like letters and envelopes and postcards and stuff like that all over the back, which is kind of cool. It's subtle, right?
Hmm. I think
Subtle.
this is where they're getting that spelling of junk from, like a junk journal kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think like honestly, with this paper existing, I might never ever use that backside. So, if this isn't my favorite thing in the world, I could probably live with that this time. And then we've got this other floral, and this one's like really subtle. You can see just how soft it is. Like the whole background is soft, but even the flowers, they feel like they've been like faded out a little bit, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, like they've been whitewashed or something. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
Ooh, and
Hmm.
then on the back, we've got all the tags. So that's kind of cool because you could use a couple of those and still use a good portion of this. Very nice. And then you kind of got that reference back to the junk journal kind of things with the way that they've got like flower pieces, like flower packets and references to stuff and postage stamps and music paper and different things like that. The ephemera kind of built it right in.
Hmm. It's
And then
beautiful.
this paper is interesting. It's a split page design already done for you.
Yeah.
So if anybody has followed on our Scrap Happy blog, and if you haven't, go check it out. They're posting great things there. Just go to Scrap Happy. Up in the menu, it says blog, and you'll find it. So um, yeah, this is really cool because it has this split page kind of already pre-done for you with a little spot for journaling already built in. So it's like, are they leaving me any work at all? But sometimes
No.
yes. This is a load page, like just about ready to go, right? On
Oh
that
yeah,
day,
perfect.
time. Love it.
When you've only got 15 minutes, boom.
I've definitely done those days.
Yeah.
And then the back side, like so pretty. I love these ones where they have the words in the background. I like it when they fade them out just a little bit more. I don't really want the words in my face too much, but I really think that's pretty the way it's all blended together. So, what a pretty paper. And then it comes with some cream cardstock, so you can guess like there's not really white in this collection. It's very cream based also. But you've heard me like shed a lot of love on it, so. Yeah, Jennifer says she loves the postcards. It's this whole look to it, so fun. Got two sheets of cream cardstock. It is the cream puff from Basil. And then we've got some add-on, like we've got some embellishments that come with it. Pretty for weddings or grad. Yes. We got some ephemera. Let's have a look. It says a 12 by 12. Oh no, I'm looking in the add-on embellishments. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So there's a doily in here. There's some ephemera and lots of little pieces.
Did you get these guys?
Oh, mate. Oh,
No? Hmm.
I don't think so. Are you looking in the add-ons or in the
No,
regulars?
that was in my little pack.
Well, there you go. Super fun.
You should have them, so maybe
It
they
could be, it
fell
could
out
be
somewhere.
that it could be that when she was trying to ship me this stuff, she didn't even have them yet. Like that happens sometimes. There's no note on this one, so maybe not, but very cool. And then in the add-ons, we've got the full 12 by 12 sticker sheet of extra little pieces. And it's amazing.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's like a really beautiful collection. And like anybody that wanted to do like pages about like family relationships, I know that other one was all family, but I really feel like, I could do some really nice grandma pages with this, you know. Beth says she loves the papers with faded text in the background, but I've noticed when I use them, my family tries to read them thinking that they're my journaling.
Oh,
That's why I like it when they're a little more faded. Yeah, and Kelly says could be nice for wedding photos too.
Donna's asking why the blogs aren't on our circle site. They are. You have to scroll down to the very bottom of the menu and it says on the blog, and they're all posted there with links.
Maybe we can move that space to somewhere
Yeah,
better.
you can move it up for
Hmm.
sure.
Might be easier to access then. Okay, one final kit to have a look at before we actually start doing the scrapbooking and stop just going, ooh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, Kelly, that last collection would be nice for wedding photos.
Okay, so this final one is from Simple Stories and it's called Front Porch. And we're starting off with a very pretty paper. It's got some stuff done for you on it too. You got the beautiful flowers, you've got the stuff up here. It does have writing in the background, so I'm kind of curious, like, is it from a book? It seems like it might be from a book or something. So I almost want to like sit down and like grab my magnifying glass and read it to see
I know I
like,
was going to say the words
I
are too
know what book
tiny.
this is from. Do I know what book this is from? Oh, and then we've got a nice red with little kind of like asterisk flowers kind of on the back.
Hmm.
And next up is a nice floral, kind of a busy one. I think busy just because of how many colors they've put into all the bouquets. Like overall, it has a nice effect, but like they've got red and blue and white and yellow and then your greenery. And so it's a lot, but they're really pretty. And then a nice wood grain on the back, like that.
Always love a good wood grain.
And then we've got this blue polka dot paper, and it's like a faded, like it's almost like a faded blue jean a little bit. It kind of has a little faded look to it too, though.
Yeah.
It's like very softened. Oh, and that's kind of fun. You could use that as is or cut it into lots of strips and use the strips. I think it'd be kind of really fun to do like, do little slits and make like little
Mm.
pockets. Like that was the first thing I thought of. I
Yeah,
like,
that would be fun.
I want to try that. A couple sheets of white cardstock to go with this collection. And let's have a look at what embellishments they've included. So you can find the kits over at scrap-room.com,
I put a link in the chat.
scrap-room.com. Allison's already like hooked you up with links, but if you're watching on the on the replay over on YouTube or in our membership, then scrap. And on the membership, like you'll have the link put right in there, and underneath on YouTube, you'll have it in the description. So we've linked you up, and you can see all the things. Oh, this is cute. Does this bird look like a kookaburra a little bit? Like maybe not the coloring, but oh, you've got a different bird.
I
Oh,
do have a different bird. Yours almost looks like a hummingbird, maybe. Oh no, close up it looks more like a mm,
maybe the long beak a little bit. I don't know.
could be
Is
a
there any
woodpecker.
know this stuff? I just watched a bird movie the other day. It was called The Big Year. Anybody watch that? I found it really hilarious, actually.
Can't say as I have.
Well, The Big Year. It had Steve Martin and Owen Wilson. I'm like the guy with the broken nose. And somebody else, Jack Black. But I liked it. I really liked it. It was a funny movie. Anyways, very cute, nice pieces. I like um, the puffy words. I really like the ones that are on the puffy, like on the foam like that. Mm.
Yeah, they tend to stick better than chipboard too. So
Oh yeah, like the fact that they've like mostly moved to this now. Thank goodness. It was about time. I was at one of the creativations and I told the people at Glue Dots that they should really go talk to American Crafts about their glue. The guy's like, oh really? He was like really young. He knew nothing. But who should I talk to? But after that, they did start doing more of the foam and it was way better. Okay, extra add-ons. I've got the 12 by 12 sticker sheet for this one too.
mhm.
So yeah, that's really nice. And you can have a look. Memories and home and love. You got a little bit of cross stitch kind of happening on some
Yep.
of and um blessed family, the cute little rocking chair. You got some more of the birds, the little weather vane. There's a typewriter in here. So lots of kind of like fun embellishments to play with. A nice big camera and a bunch of little word stickers. So yeah, fantastic. So many good things for us to play with. Now the biggest question is, what do we choose? What is up for today? So
Well,
did you want to start? Did you want to tell us what you're doing first?
sure. I am actually going to use this kit and in a kind of a interesting way. We'll see if it works.
I love
Um,
it.
I have this photo from our recent trip to Mexico. That was our resort. So, and I also did the cut file. You won't be able to see this, but oh, maybe you can. There's a cut file that says Home Sweet Home. And I
Oh,
thought I could use that as this was our home sweet home for a week. So, but
nice.
I'm not going to back the cut file like I did last time. I've left it on the sheet and I want to try doing some inking over it.
Oh,
Yeah,
very fun.
that's my plan.
That's
That's the
good.
extent of my plan. Could all go horribly wrong.
So I will say I had every intention of scrapbooking some photos from this holiday that I just went on. I'm like, one of the kids will work. Totally would have. That simple stories would have been fine. Like I would have found anything to work with it. However, however, when I saw this Yeti paper, when I saw that Yeti paper, we just happened to have had some great photos of us ice fishing. So this is something we got to do just before we left on our holiday. Right after New Year's, we went. My nephew has been obsessed with fishing since he was born. He's 14 now. Since he was a baby, he just loved fish, like loved them. Like I think it was his second or third birthday. We went ice fishing for his birthday because he's born in March, and when they caught the fish, he hugged them into like a big old bear hug, and he'd walk around waddling around with this slimy fish hugged up against his snowsuit. It was like both the cutest and grossest thing I've ever seen. But but yes, he loves fish. And so for Christmas, he received this great big snow tent. So you can see this tent. It's an insulated tent for going ice fishing. So it's kind of dark on the inside so that you can actually see through the ice, kind of like you get light coming up through the ice when you're inside, and it's really really cool. And then with your holes you can kind of see down into the, like you can see the fish if they actually swim by like close enough to the surface. And he also had a fish camera that you can drop down the hole and see the fish on the camera, which is really fun. And we didn't catch a single fish this day, but it was probably the most fun I've ever had fishing. So I didn't know if ice fishing would be fun, but like just seeing that they were actually there on the camera and you're like wiggling your hook, just like, come on, come get it. It just changed like the whole thing. And so we had a really good time, and I thought I would print those photos and use this awesome Yeti winter kit. It doesn't really have fishing on it, but I'm sure I can make it work.
I have faith in you.
Um, a question about my table. Um, is it wrapping paper or a material? It looks beautiful. It is actually countertop arborite material. Is that the stuff they use for countertop? I get the two mixed up. Arborite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Arborite. So it's actually arborite. I had to special order it. I think the place that they actually brought it in from Texas, Texas roses. It's not yellow, but um, yes, but I really wanted pink, and I couldn't find any pink. But when I came across this, I'm like, I want that for my countertop. It's not great for white balance, I will tell you. It's absolutely terrible for it, but we make it work.
But it's pink and
When I
it's
got it,
pretty.
I was not filming videos all the time. That was not a consideration. Let's just say that. But it's very distinct. When you see it, you're like, that's at Alice's. Yeah. So it's countertop material.
I gotta
Uh,
figure out what I'm doing here.
yeah. Well, we had a great scrap school class yesterday. No,
Nope.
Thursday. Thursday. And I'm not quite done my page, but I'm partially done my page. Something moved. Oh, no, something moved a little. I didn't finish everything, but we were doing a go-to design. My photos are not stuck down, but we're doing a go-to design, and I really enjoyed the design that we did with Sarah. And so I thought I would try to replicate this go-to design from the other day for my layout today.
That's a good idea.
We'll see how that goes, but I like the intention of it. So I thought that one's sitting there waiting for me to come back to. Okay, I'm gonna put my little stickers away. So I just have to choose like what's gonna go in each of the layers. and then we'll add the photos. And so that's why I printed them in kind of the size that I did too. Donna said she had wondered about my countertop too. So yeah, I know. In fact, I had struggled so much with the white balances for a long time that I actually had laid out some uh like shelf liner or something like that on my counter at one point just to try to like stop having my camera like deal with it, because what happens, it sees this corally pink color and it will make everything look like hazy pink or whatever, like the camera color. So it happens. So you'll see me like spread my papers out across it a little bit more sometimes in order to counteract that balance from getting automatically set. It's kind of funny. Okay, do you want this paper? Mm, polka dots.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my heat gun to dry this, so I'm just gonna mute myself.
I'm going to cheat on this. It's not cheating. It's not cheating. It's going to be great. But I want to include a little bit of this red from the hot cocoa. I think that's fun, but I'm going to use it as my background. And you don't see a lot of that. So I'm going to cut my strips first that I need. I'm going to use these three. So I think those would be nice. And then I'm going to use some of my black cardstock, but I'm going to put the red on it, I think. I think that's what's happening. We'll see. How about we start there? I didn't hear you, Lindsay. So, you weren't telling me all kinds of interesting things. Like now I feel like, what did I miss out on?
Yes, do tell. What did we miss?
Okay. So this is obviously not a 12 by 12 sheet if I'm stealing some of that plaid that I love so much. So we're gonna use strips to fill in the backgrounds.
So I'm doing a combination of the really technical term of smooshing my ink on, and I'm actually gonna paint this. There's a flower motif in the middle of this cut file, so I'm just painting it red. And I can be really messy because it'll all get popped out and all you'll see is the outer edge of the flower.
Cool.
At least that's my hope. Should have used a bigger paintbrush.
These are going to go on here kind of like this. Maybe this one up there. But rather than have it on black, I kind of want to have this red in the background. It'll look like this. The black is very striking, but I think the red is just a little more fun. Kind of like that, but I'm going to have to do it with some strips, so.
Ooh, that looks pretty. Very striking.
The black is like stunning, actually. Like, but is it like too formally? It feels too formal. I really want to use this red, so we're gonna just do it. Lindsay says she's at an in-person crop, and 16 people in a boardroom is kind of loud. Okay, am I doing it like that? Okay, I'm gonna cut a little bit off to stick in the different sections so that I have the red in the background where it's supposed to be. Um, Add in the red, says Brio, right? Like, be adventurous. The black is like very elegant, but like we're ice fishing. It's not really like an elegant thing. And it was like family. And then I have a friend that's from Mexico, and she has lived in Canada for quite a long time, actually. But she has never gone ice fishing before. So they came out and got to experience ice fishing in like the nicest way possible inside this tent. There was actually even a heater. My brother has a heater for this tent. So it really feels like cheating, like going ice fishing like that. Because nobody ever gets to be warm when you're ice fishing. Like, what is this warm?
The very civilized ice fishing, I gotta say.
There's some places where people put little cabins, like little tiny smallish cabins, like think like 10 by 8 or something type cabins out onto the lakes, and they leave them there for the whole winter and for ice fishing. So they don't have like a proper floor because they drill their holes and have their do their fishing in there. But we were never people that had ice fishing huts and tents. We were like you sit on a 5 gallon bucket and you freeze your butt off outside. And, hopefully mom brought a thermos full of hot chocolate so, you can have that. But actually, when we went, the lakes weren't quite thick enough to drive out on, and that was January, and so we were all really kind of surprised about that, at how it wasn't it wasn't quite ready for that.
Well, apparently we've been sending all our cold weather south, so
Right?
there wasn't anything left for you guys.
Yeah, it was like plenty like thick enough to walk out on. Like I think in the end they decided it was about 8 inches of good ice, but it was, yeah, not really. They want more like a foot for driving out onto. So we didn't do that. Mm. One time, my husband, he has a small airplane, and he actually went out to a lake where they set up like a runway on the lake, and they do like a fly-in event where everybody flies into this lake and they all hang out together. And I think like the community organizes some kind of, snacks or whatever like that they have. Probably lots of hot chocolate.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't go with them on that one. But we did go to one, like we did fly into one lake that was like the snow, there was no snow on it. Like it was just pure ice just because of the wind that they'd had and the snow had never accumulated. And we got to hang out on that lake, and um it was so cool. My son actually had his skates and he skated around on the ice, and yeah, it was really fun. Okay, this should work, right? Do I have it all lined up good? Plenty good. Oh, just about. Okay, I might need to move that one down just a little tiny bit. Okay, there we go. Now we've got my strips with my red backgrounds, even though I didn't have red. Enough red. Had enough, right? We're all scrapbookers. We've learned how to stretch our supplies. Yeah, the red was in the kit. It's the hot cocoa paper. It's the one with the little marshmallow cups. So, yeah, I just thought it was cute to have a little bit of it in the background. You can't really see it, just a little bit of the red part, but I think it's fun. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna let it dry for a bit.
That is going to be so pretty, seriously. Oh my gosh.
I hope so. And I have my distress spritz sprays. Whew, that's a tongue twister. That I can add on top as well. So
See, we don't just buy these supplies, we use them too.
all right, now I got to figure out my papers.
So it was since I came back, well, we were supposed to be back on Sunday night, but due to a canceled flight that ended up happening after hanging out for hours at the airport, of course, um, we ended up not being home until Monday night. Um, but then I've had a whole bunch of catch up things, right? You come home from holidays and you're like, oh my gosh, I need a holiday just to recover from all of this action and excitement. No, you have to get back to work and get all your things done. It's like kind of unfair.
Yeah, that was like how it was for me when I came back from Mexico. I had
Oh,
I had like what, four knitting and crochet classes starting that week, and I had to like get ready for all of them.
I'll totally be fine. I'll be so rested after my
Yeah,
holiday. No,
absolutely.
no, just so you know, that's never a real thing. That's never a real thing.
So I did print off the sketch,
Oh, awesome.
and as well as the Freaky Fast formula, which I haven't even looked at yet.
Mhm. I don't know if I've
Um,
actually tried one of those yet.
I
That's
did
cool.
November's, October's, one of
I know
those.
that I know you did. I was like very impressed. I'm like, look at her being all adventurous, trying all the things. I've used the sketches several times, but oh.
Hmm.
Okay, I think this is really cute. This turned out good. Oh, there's a perfect little word here that says cozy club. And that is us, like hiding out in this little tent. Like, how perfect
Aw.
is that gonna be? I didn't see that till just now. I looked up at it. Okay, I'm gonna trim up my photos. I'm gonna be so impressed that I actually have used and fully finished the layout from our scrap school.
Oh, well, I went rogue with that one and it's not finished. And it doesn't look anything like, it doesn't look anything like the example.
I started with the example, but then I kind of just did my own thing. I think that's highly encouraged, just so you know.
Well, Sarah did say she was okay with me going rogue, so I take that as permission. I think I'm going to attempt this Freaky Fast Friday. So the formula is one piece of pattern paper cut to 5 by 7 inches, one 6 by 8, one 4 by 6, two strips at 1 inch by 2.5, and two at half an inch by 2 inches. Interesting. Well, see how this goes.
Tina says that the Freaky Fast formula is her favorite. It always makes the cutest quick layouts with so little effort.
Oh, good. Little effort. That's what I need. Okay, what that is. 'Cause I need to. Okay, what that is. 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 Okay Ooh,
Says
that's
the person that brings out her mixed media and it's already pre-cut the cut file. Yeah, minimal effort.
man. That was a panic this morning. Oh my gosh, I gotta get the cut file. Yeah.
I love that you actually know how to cut out your cut files, you know. That's like skill right there. Everybody that knows how to actually run their machines. My heart, my hands, I applaud you. My heart goes out to you because, like, you know, you've had to do the work to figure that stuff out.
Well, I had a moment of panic this morning because my computer wasn't connecting to the internet.
Oh,
But it's a PC, so when in doubt, restart. That fixed everything.
my Zoom decided to sit there and spin for a while. And I'm
Oh,
like, I
fun.
don't think so.
Not today, Zoom, not today.
Try that again.
All right, 1 inch by 2.5. Ooh, what colors do I want?
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Pictures acquired. Jackie says, I used the Freaky Fast formula, but I cheated with inspiration from Shannon, who's on the ScrapRoom design team. See, I don't think that's cheating.
No,
That's
it's
like
totally not cheating. That's just getting
course
inspiration.
effectively. And it literally is the reason that design teams exist. So you know, think that's like the way you do it. Okay, I want to put this on the side. They're drilling the holes and setting up the tent. It's practically the same photo. Mm, This one, maybe this one, and this one.
Okay,
Two.
1/2 inch by 2 inch.
I don't know. This doesn't feel like I need both of them. We'll see. Maybe I'll cut one out. Okay, but for anybody that hasn't done ice fishing, here was our setup. And you can see the holes drilled all along the side here that we pop our little lines down. And like lots of people now use like an actual like mini fishing rod. It's like that long. Like it's super short, right? Like they're just a tiny little mini reel. But like growing up, your reel was like some fishing line tied around either a paint stick or a stick, just a regular stick. That was how ice fishing was. So kind of interesting. But in this photo here, if you actually look at the ground, you can see how it's almost glowing. And that's the light from the sunshine, like in the water. And then the water is like you're actually seeing the water through the snow and the ice. So I just thought that picture was kind of cool because you could really see like what we see, like how much light is coming in from outside just through the ice. So kind of fun.
It is cool, that glow.
Hmm.
All right, moment of truth. Still a bit damp. I just kind of want to see how it looks on the page.
You have a heat tool handy? No.
Yeah, I do.
You might not want to damage your mat, I guess.
Well, I've already used it on here a couple of times this morning, so where you pray it doesn't rip.
Okay, well, we have this paper here. I'm gonna mat this one.
We're getting up to the top of the hour, Alice, so should we do a draw?
Oh, we are. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. I want to put these photos down.
Yep.
We'll make people wait for just like a little bit. Just a little bit. I won't make you wait forever. I won't torture you.
Okay.
But thankfully, somebody around here is responsible in remembering stuff like that. And like, y'all can feel free to remind me from time to time.
Well, it's easy to get lost in the design process and the creative process. So and then forget all the other things you're supposed to be doing.
And the
Right?
chat and the chatty stuff, is, well, I'm telling you super important information about like ice and fishing tents. Yeah, the
Just in
essential
case.
scrapbooking. Yeah, look how pretty it turned out. Look at her cut file. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Figure if I can put it against the red, either that or I do that. No, I like it against the red better, I think.
Mm.
And then we'll figure out all the other bits and pieces.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's so pretty.
I'm gonna hit these leaves with a heat tool. So I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute.
Okay. Okay. Well, as she said, I should do the draw. So I'll do the draw. I just have to trim this little edge off. Got a little too wide. Okay. Let's do the draw. Let's pull up the random number generator. Let's look at how many people are here. Um, Random number generator. Okay, there's 36, but one of those is me, and two of them are Allison. So it's really out of 33.
Yes, I'm such a hog. I take up 2 spaces.
That's okay. We don't mind. Okay, I'm gonna go and switch to my face cam for a sec. Okay, here's the thing. I've typed in the 33. I'm gonna hit generate. It says 27. Okay, let's pull up the participant list. 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Michelle Monet, congratulations. You are our winner today.
Woohoo!
So, Michelle, I will get you to send me an email. Uh, to Alice at scraphappy.org. Type that right in the thing for you. Send me a quick email and say that you are our winner today. And we will get you hooked up with your free kit from the Scrap Room. You will get the flavors of the month kit with the 4 flavors. So you'll get this fabulous Yeti paper that I'm working with. You're going to get the fabulous Simple Stories one that Allison is working with. And then you'll also get the other two, the Echo Park family and the photoplay beautiful junk paper. And if you want like add-on embellishments, like we did do extra embellishments, you'll have to talk with Rochelle to arrange those for yourself. But she'll have that kit set aside just for you so that our winner actually gets exactly what we're showing you today. And I am so grateful for their partnership with this to bring you the prizes. We buy our own kits because we believe in what they do and we think that they make fabulous kits. And it actually, like, even paying Canadian exchange, which I'm going to tell you, our dollar, come to Canada right now because you guys are rich when you come here.
Yep.
Not as good for us traveling to you, just saying. Like I just did a holiday there. Not as good. But yeah, like it's so worth it because it does help me control exactly how much I shop, and that's a big deal too. So thank you so much to the continued partnership with the Scrap Room. Thanks for sponsoring these fabulous kits for our prize winners. Congratulations to Michelle, who will receive her kit. And I can't wait to be able to announce next month's winner too. So yeah, it works out so good. And I tell you, like, that's a challenge to find enough different products to do like 48 different collections throughout the year just for the flavors of the month. And then they have other kits too. Like, seriously, like I can't give you a big enough applause for that. So thank you to Rochelle and the Scrap Room for that.
Yeah, they do a great job.
So with that said, I'm gonna come back to my other. I'm still here, still saying hi. But um yeah, we're gonna side good. Actually got that. Didn't forget to do our prize draw. Feel very accomplished now. Maybe I'll just mat like one of each of these photos. Might be the way to do it. Um, yeah. Beth says, I love the scrap room kits. Give you just enough to do a couple pages, but not so much that all the extras will sit on the shelf, right? Enough to work with, but not so much that you're like, oh my gosh, I really thought I needed 24 pages of that collection. Hey guys. Uh, that shouldn't be on right now. And yes, that is my ringtone, if you heard that. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't
Oh, that's
actually.
hilarious. Okay. My phone just rang. It was my nephew calling, and I have the Menomina ringtone. So it rang like really obnoxiously loud in here. I'm not used to having my phone actually, my ringer on, but it's on right now. So
Okay.
Zoom is very good at cutting out noises, like background things, music, barking dogs, lots of odd sounds from the backgrounds. It just cuts it right out.
Well, that's good because my dog was barking earlier. I don't know.
Didn't hear
Probably
it at
somebody. Oh, good. Good.
all.
Yeah, somebody probably walked by the house. How dare they?
There, this is turning out perfect.
This is the most tedious part of the cut file. Gluing it down.
It's, I was gonna say like all parts of cut files. Figuring out the computer part to make it work, or going in and being like, oh, why didn't this one little area cut? So now you've got to like get your little scissors or your little craft blade out, or oh, you're peeling it off the sheet, but this sheet for some reason was way too sticky and it won't peel off. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
think I just
annoying.
listed a whole bunch of reasons why I tend not to do cut files.
I'll let that dry.
I have taken advantage when people have had like pre-cut cut files. Like it's like, yes, I'm in. I know it takes some of the control out, but Okay, this here is the Cozy Club. And okay, let's go down. Um, oh, Beth is asking, Allison, have you tried the We Are Sticky Folio? Expensive, but it works really well for big, intricate cut files.
What? No, what is that? Is that like double-sided sticker paper or something?
Beth, can you turn your mic
Yeah,
on,
it's
Ella?
like, remember when we used to have those little purple things that we would run little tiny thing through and it would make a sticker?
Oh, the Xyron?
Yeah, the Xyron. It's like that, but see, it's like you get it in this like 8.5 by 11 size.
Ooh.
And then it has these sheets, so you could make like up to an 8.5 by 11 thing into a sticker, basically. And you just put it between the sheets and rub it. And it works really well for just for what you're talking about there. It's expensive, but that's what I use it for is when I have like a big, bulky, intricate cut file that I don't want to sit there and glue.
Can
That
you
sounds
show us
fabulous.
the thing again? Can you like demo it again? I just want to make sure it was on Spotlight.
So it's like this,
Yeah.
and then inside there are the sticky sheets.
Yeah.
And this thing like holds it all down for you so you get a really nice stable place. And it comes with a little brayer, and
Okay.
then there's extra sheets.
Wow, that looks cool.
It
Yeah.
is, but it wasn't cheap. I forget how much it was. I just remember thinking, having that like price be a barrier for it. But then once I tried it, I really liked it.
Mhm.
Huh, cool. I'll have to check it out. Not that I make a lot of cut files, except for when I do Scrapbook Live.
Well, there you go. You too.
All right.
Thanks. It's so fun to kind of like see different things, right?
Yeah.
It was one of the big things I loved about getting to go to the Creativation um, shows and seeing all of the different stuff. It was like, I felt like I knew lots of stuff that was happening in scrapbooking, but like I didn't. Yeah. So Joy says, Hi, ladies. So happy to get the chance to join you today. So much has happened since Helene decided to reorganize my life. Well, that sounds like it was potentially exciting.
I have
Oh,
family in Scotland and Ireland, and they're all posting these red storm warning things. And I was like, red storm warning? What is that? Learned something new.
yeah. I guess like hurricane reorganization is not reorganization in the way that anybody really wants in their life.
Probably not.
I use one of those Xyron X's so much, like so much. Like I push it, I bought stocks like that kind of so much because I just loved it. It just was so easy at doing like all of the um making all the little things stick, right? Without having a bunch of glue to fiddle with. I always hated like having to play with liquid glue. I hated it. So anything that prevented me using liquid glue, I was in. Okay, my photos are down and I have officially started the embellishment process now.
Yeah. You might be ahead of me. I'm still moving things around.
I put one photo crooked on here and now I'm looking at that like what was I thinking? Thinking no. I'm thinking no. It can't just be like one. It That's just a no. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Let's get some tape. Elizabeth says that I'm faster than her too. Not all the time. I used to be a very, very slow scrapbooker. I was the kind of person that would spend like 5 or 6 hours on a page and decide, oh, but I don't know what to do to finish. I'll just set this aside for later. You know what doesn't happen? Finishing it later. Let's just say that was not my strength. There may still be a giant pile of semi-finished layouts in this room.
Well, I feel that way about my last two layouts. So I haven't finished the one from scrap school, and then I started one at our last Scrap Happy Together, and it's still half finished as well.
It is so much more fun to start layouts than finish. You think that it would be all about that finished product, right? You'd think it would, but it's not. Um, Elizabeth says, no, I promise all the time. I'm so indecisive. And if I don't like it 100%, I can't move on. Sharon's here. She says, I'm way late. Well, you're here now. Enjoy it. Grab something creative to scrap along with. And, then in a little while, we can do some show and tell and see what everybody's been up to, what you're making. We got load coming up. That's super exciting. And then actually this coming up Wednesday during our happy hour, which is at a new time. We have our happy hour at a different time this coming up Wednesday. So check your calendar for that. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
Apologies. I double
Saying those
booked
times I had to think harder. But we're doing it at a different time so that we could make sure that Allison could be there. And
Yes, double booked myself.
yeah, and I said it wrong on the last video, so then I was like stressing out about that afterwards and like, how did I do that? But yeah, we're going to do our happy hour and we're going to be talking a little bit about what the blog has been talking about, a little bit about like the decluttering and kind of getting things organized for the new year. But we also are going to be talking about reunion. We're going to be talking about our reunion. So very excited about that. We are going to have a couple of details for you, and we will open registration that day. So very excited. And yeah, to actually get to go and hang out together in the Portland area this summer.
Looking forward to it.
So, excuse me. Um, yeah, you can finish during load. I kind of like planning ahead, right? Right? Yeah, yeah. Like some layouts. Amy says that Scrap Happy cured me of my indecisiveness. Did you ever do the 30-minute challenge? Oh my gosh. Like Lane would do those layouts in a flash, right? Like where she just did like a 30-minute page or whatever. What did she call Scrap? Shoot, I can't think of it. And oh my goodness, like I tried to do that when I started, or like um oh, what do you call it when a person goes up on stage and they're doing a comedy show, but it's not like scripted. It's
Oh, Scrapbook Improv.
Scrapbook improv is what Lane did, the improv. Thank you. And she she would do that. And like when I saw that, and then when I took over the Scrap Happy from her, like I literally tried it like 1 or 2 times, and I'm like, you know what? I think we're gonna have to change this. Like I definitely can't scrapbook like that. So yeah, it was exciting. She actually played it with a spinner, and there was different things on the spinner, and she could change a couple of the categories, I think. But sometimes it was like, do your journaling like a poem or something, like I don't know, like weird stuff like on there, and she would just like spin the spinner, and off she went. How many photos am I going to add to my page? Oh, three. Okay, like just like oh my gosh, no, that was just not gonna work, but it was interesting, like, the concepts that she had about, like, the 30-minute scrapbooking, because she would get on the improv for what, like, an hour and a half and do 3 layouts, I think? Like
Yeah, she was on there for more than 30 minutes for sure.
yeah, yeah, but I think, like, her time limit was, like, half an hour per page, so something like that. This is what I'm remembering anyways, like, don't quote me on all of it, but yeah, just like very interesting. Thanks for like the walk down memory lane for that because like lots of interesting ideas coming out of that, right? Like just thinking like, yeah, oh, this is like supposed to have like little ribbons on it. I don't think it's gonna, I think it's gonna be not. But yeah, interesting ideas. Fast scrapbooking. But I will say, like, even just doing load um, was very much a game changer for me because it required finished pages, right? It was like you have to get your page done and then you submit it, right? Each day you finish your layout. And to me, like finished is like I gotta have my photos on it, I gotta have my title, I gotta have like my journaling. And that's important. It's important that I consider that to be finished because it was something that I like to leave off and be like, oh, I'll figure out what I'm gonna say later. And so like when people are doing their own pages, some people don't journal on any pages. Like, it's I don't look at your pages and say, no, that's unacceptable. Like, I am not scrapbook police. Let's just say I'm not scrapbook police. But I think that having those kind of guidelines for myself really forced me to like finish the page and to get it done. And something like that Lane would talk about in her 30-minute like sessions of scrapbooking was like find something that works. You don't have to find the perfect thing. You just have to find something that works. And that really helped a lot because, when you're sitting in a scrapbook room and it's filled with all of these options, and you're like, I know I have that paper somewhere, that becomes a challenge to go and like have to find this thing. Oh my gosh. And now I need the perfect little sparkle bling, but that's over here. And you're just kind of like chasing all the stuff. But when it comes down to what do you want out of your page, like some of it is like obviously beautiful and lovely. Like, look at this, it's gorgeous. But I also want a chance to tell my stories. I also want a chance to like document these photos. And so it's like thinking about like what is my big purpose in this? And getting them done makes it a lot better for documenting and finishing things. And so thinking about how can I make this what is going to be good enough? And like that phrase alone is the hardest one to say. Like and if you know, you know. Like but yeah. Anyways, oh, thank you. Thank you, Amy. She was filling in the question. Elizabeth says that's my problem. I need to find that missing paper. I miss the days when we only had creative memories and very little choices. It was easier. It's easier, but I honestly never loved it. So I love what I do now. And so it makes it it's hard because yes, there's more choices, and that's one of the reasons that these kits like this from the scrap room are really great for me because it kind of limits my choices. Like, obviously, if I want something else, I just go get it in my room. I have no problems with that. I don't feel like these are the only things in the whole world of scrapbooking and that's all I can use. But I'm very happy to mostly just use this. And, you'll see, like if I decided I needed more red paper and I didn't have enough here, I would go grab a piece of red cardstock. Like I wouldn't think about that twice. But yeah, for the most part, it is like that lesson of making it work and finding what I can use to get it done. And that's a huge lesson like that I needed to learn for scrapbooking in order to really have more fun with it. Um, so Joyce was asking about the theme for the load. And yes, we are doing a Back to the Future theme. Did I have this in here? Um,
Got the graphic?
yeah, that's a good question. Do I have the graphic? I thought I had the graphic. I was sure I'd put it up in here once, but I'm not seeing it. So maybe I'll just grab it. Um, I, we did such, you did such a good job on this graphic. I want to put it up. There we go. It was like, it wasn't in the place it was supposed to be. But there we go. Scrap to the future. That is our load 225. That is February of 2025, in case anybody is not familiar with our numbering system. And every day through the month of February, we're going to be scrapbooking inspired by the Back to the Future movies. So much fun. And yeah, it's gonna be a good month of scrapbooking. Definitely. So if you're not a member, good time to like either check out membership or just buy the load on its own. You can do that too. Use the code future 2025 and you'll save $17 on either one. So make it easy. Okay. Excuse me, a little bit of a journaling. I think I'll do it up at the top actually. Um, that white doesn't look white compared to that. Do you guys ever notice that? Like some papers are just not the same. This one looks like so not white next to that. I have a few options. This one looks better. Okay.
Yeah, that snowflake paper has definitely got a warm undertone to it, at least on camera.
Yeah, it's like it's really standing out against the other whites. I'm sure once I add my journaling to it, it will totally be fine and I will move on. And so this is like one of those cases of am I stressing about something that doesn't really matter? Probably. Probably. That could have happened. Okay, I'm gonna add my cute little Yeti on here because he is adorable. Do I want him in here? I think I'm gonna popped up a little bit too. I love popping things up. That's like a real thing for me. It's like every time I see a flat sticker, it's like, we can put some stuff underneath that to stick it up.
Yeah, I'm popping all sorts of things up over here.
Oh. There's a thing that says lodge this way. The arrow's pointing the wrong way. I could probably cut it off and make it point the other way, and we could point it right at this little tent right here, right? That could be pretty cute. I don't know how anything will ever stick on this page because I've pulled it off like 12 times. But Donna, it's hard to find a good red paper. Christmas red. Yes, I agree 100%. It was one of the things that when I was a close to my heart consultant, I was always really disappointed by was their reds. They were terrible. I think they had a better one like in the last few years, but not when I was a consultant. It was like disappointment red. Close to my heart. They came out with that cherry cobbler and then other reds. Oh, or no, the Stampin' Up. Their cherry cobbler and some other reds. They were doing way better with their reds.
Yeah, I was a Stampin' Up rep for a while. I think it was Riding Hood Red I really liked. And it's been so long. I don't remember the other one. It wasn't
Yeah.
cherry cobbler, but it was, I think, something else food related.
Well, and cherry cobbler was like when they stopped naming things with their naming scheme, it was like, what are they doing? Everything was like old olive and more mustard. Like
Yeah.
all of the alliteration with the words and like, what is this cherry cobbler? Like, I guess it is, but it doesn't feel like it. So, but they had other ones I think that weren't too, right? Like, I don't know, just weird. But you know, they're the guys that are still around, right?
Yep. Okay. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Okay. We were talking about Pop Dots. I love my Pop Dots, but I have to have a gajillion Pop Dots. Like everything has to stay. I
Sorted.
don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it when it all waves and bubbles, and which is what this was just doing. So we're adding more Pop Dots.
There, I've turned my arrow around. It is a little shorter. This side page is a little shorter too. I also think that like cutting stickers, like once you're actually like cutting them, because you're like, oh, that's not the right length, it's not the right shape, it's not the right whatever, right? That was like a breakthrough kind of thing. It was like turning my stuff into the stuff that they should have made for me. Sharon says cherry cobbler was the best Christmas red. And she says, I got so much done today. That's why I forgot about this. I look forward to it all week. A productive day is a good day. So,
It is. I love productive days. Okay. I might be ready to see if I can come up with some journaling for this.
well, I won't do that on camera. That I found that was like the one thing like that is definitely a no. You can get away with doing tons of things on camera, but for me, like journaling was not it. It's not technically a lodge, but I think that lodge fits. I think that works. Great. Now I've got my little Yeti guy ready. He's really cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it off camera. I can't think.
Like I get too distracted by other things that are being said and happening, and then I'm like, oh, and I'm being like so boring. So I just know that I can't.
Enamel dots, maybe some spray. Oop.
Beth is off to dance recital.
Oh, have
Uh,
fun.
and Joyce says she loves your cut file.
Well,
Because
I
it's
can't take credit for it. It's not
but
mine.
you cut it and
I
you
cut it and I colored it, and that's all I can take credit for. It worked out though. I'm pretty happy with it.
no, it looks
Just,
amazing.
just enough little splatters to make it kind of fun.
Do you ever like pop up like half of like stickers? Because I really love that effect too, where I stick like the bottom down flat, but then I pop up like the edge parts. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, my butterfly is like that. This wing is popped up, but the other wing is flat.
Hmm. There was pieces to go with this collection too, wasn't there? Like ephemera pieces? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had die cuts.
Yeah. Have a look. Have a look at that. Oh yes, Adventures in the Snow. I don't know how many word files I'm going to end up with on this page, but maybe a few more.
Yeah, I have quite a few as well. Gonna add in some more of these sprigs, I
All
think.
bundled up and Yeti for winter. Like, that's kind of perfect, right?
Hmm.
Cold hands, warm heart. There's snow buddy like you. Can't love that too.
So many dad jokes.
Right? Like, bring it on. Man, did they find their like their sweet spot, at least for me. And we've got some little hearts. Eat more snow. Brian, when he came home in December, so he went off for school his last 2 months of his apprenticeship. So he's all finished. He actually just got a certificate in the mail the other day. And he is officially a refrigeration mechanic now. So that was good news. Um, yeah, when he came home in December, he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I can be home because now I can eat some of the snow." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you don't eat the snow in the city, Mom." Like,
No,
oh.
city snow would not be edible.
I'm like, you don't eat the snow and like it's always like the fresh fallen stuff that's like sitting on the picnic table or something, right? Like he's not just like randomly picking snow, but yes. Oh, my kids. I actually have pictures of them when they're little eating bowls full of snow. My husband thought that was hilarious to give them bowls of snow, and like they thought that was just the best thing ever, like better than ice cream. And like I'm like, something's wrong with my children. Like,
Hey, at least they weren't licking flagpoles.
and we're like, you can only do it when it's brand new, fresh snow. Yes. Okay, I so went on a field trip as a kid. We went to the library in town for some reason. I don't even know why we went there because there was a library in our school, but they took us to the library downtown, and one of the kids from my class literally did like this. It was like a signpost, and got his tongue stuck to it. Like, and I laugh because like if you know the person, you'd be like, well, of course it would be him. Like, but yeah. Mhm. Not highly advisable.
So I added some of the distress spritz in fossilized amber. It'll be a very subtle gold.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Dang.
a little bit of extra sparkle.
Turned out good.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Now I just want to fiddle.
That's
What
the
else can
thing.
I add?
I always do a little tiny bit more when I add my journaling because that way the journaling kind of gets layered into the layout, I find. So, what you see me finish on here is close to the finished product, but not quite because once I add the journaling, there's always going to be something that gets like layered over top.
Yeah.
This is almost too big. Oh, I could put it down here. Might be good for at the beginning of my journaling. Kind of feel like I need, oh, I'll put one of those little hearts up there. Like I
I
need a
fear
little red thing here.
I fairly decimated the ephemera. I have 3 pieces, and this is just half of my journaling tag.
There you go.
There we go. That feels pretty good.
Getting it done.
Still have lots of stickers on the sticker sheet, though.
Well, how did they know which one you would need, right?
Yes. It's okay.
Um,
Oh, and I've got these still.
there we go. Okay. Well, I'm going to call this semi-complete. This will go down here with my journaling, I think. And we'll see if anything else makes it on there. Pretty much we're looking at a finished product though. There we go.
So cute. You got so many photos on there.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel like too much. Plus I've like added quite a few like little things and we'll see what else makes it on. I feel like there's missing a little red up in this corner, so there might be something red up here. Might find something red for up there, but Donna says she made a piece of paper, so we'll have to do some show and tell next. So
Yeah.
we're both sitting pretty happy. I think it's the perfect time for some show and tell. So I'm going to take off our spotlights and I'm going to ask anybody that would like to share something. Please go ahead and turn your mic on and I will be able to bring you up on screen. Oh, that's not the right thing. Where did the list go? There it is. If you turn your mic on, I'll be able to see that you have it on. So Donna, do you have your mic on?
I do. I'm like, so this is how slow I am. I made, I don't know. Oh, you can see it.
Cute.
I made a piece of paper.
I love it.
Put it
That's it. That's how long it takes me in load. I'll be back here for 4, 5, 6 hours trying to make a page.
But like when you finish your pages, they're beautiful. I've seen your layouts and they're gorgeous. So
Well, thank you, but I think
sometimes
that
it's
part
just
of it is making the decisions and uh but because of my MS, I'm gonna blame it on that.
Well,
Then I just can't make a decision.
and do you find that the beginning of the month the pages are slow and by the end of the month things are a little bit faster? Because I definitely feel that way.
No,
No?
no. And I had one night that I had a page the that I was going to do more for, and uh I just had to just I came back from after being in the emergency room for 12 hours. That was the scrap that I had COVID for half of it. And when I got back from the emergency room, I came in here and I just stuck the picture down onto the page that I had started.
And you
So
said, done is done, right?
that's right. I had to just do it. Otherwise, I was going to mess up sitting in here sick every day.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'll let you put your mic back on mute,
Okay.
and we'll see if anyone else has like made part of a page like Donna. Like our bar is so high around here. We like to just see what people are making. Come on. Like sharing a little is totally fine. So, um, Kathleen says, thanks for letting me be a fly on your walls. So,
Anytime.
right? This is part of the fun. Jacqueline, it looks like you have your mic on. Did you want to come up?
Sure. I'm
Hey,
just
so good to see you.
perfect. Yes, I haven't been forever. You always double book when I've got stuff, so it was awesome. I'm mass making 12 cards, so I only have them partially done. I'm doing one of those magic iris ones, so it's gonna open and close eventually. So
Love the gnome. He's cute.
yeah, that's Photoplay. They had a crafty collection a few years ago.
Mm.
So
You did a fancy little Christmas card because I just got my Christmas cards like when I came home from my trip because the mail hadn't all come through yet. And then
Yep.
I got them and it was like this neat like part where the middle kind of folds out and it stands like in a triple fold kind of thing.
Oh, fun. This
Yeah.
was mine that I got from her. Pretty sure that's yours. Yep. So
Or
fun.
I'm
did
still
I mix it up? Maybe I mixed it up with a different one. Like that I was like I know that yours came and Kathleen, I think. And oh, I got to open like basically all my Christmas cards on Thursday.
Yeah, it was kind of fun when the mail started coming because then you would get like a whole bunch at once. You're like, ooh.
Yes. And Gail says, I'm working and only dreaming about scrapbooking. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so fun to see mass creating cards. Like, that's good. I did make Christmas cards. They didn't get mailed because like by the time things were working, like I was like in Christmas, not ready for like not going for Christmas. And yeah, so
I can share something if you want.
perfect, perfect. Let me bring you up on Spotlight, Mary. There you go. Oh my goodness.
This. And I have tags on this page because that's a pocket. So I was able to put 4 tags. They have photos on them and journaling on the back.
So then you just pull the tags out and you can see all the little pieces.
Yes. So I like doing
Clever,
that
yeah.
sometimes. You can just pull the tag out and it's a way to get a lot of little photos in on the
Yeah.
page.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
I love it. When you were putting that together, because like it's a pocket page, like do you find that sometimes those pocket pages are a little bit of a struggle, or like you've used them enough now, you're like, oh no, I know exactly what to do with that spot now.
Um, I've used them enough now that I don't have any trouble with it. And I think that for me, I made one 12 by 12 album and I did not like that at all. And I had too many different I don't know, somehow all the different pages, and you have to figure out if you use this format on the front, then when you turn the page, you have to be able to fit things in that format on the back. For
Right.
some reason, that did not work for me in 12 by 12 at all, but when I do it in 6 by 8, it does. I find it easier.
Cool. Cool.
Fun.
And that's what you're doing mostly now is 6 by 8, right? Like I think you said that during one of our other lives.
Yes, I only do 12 by 12 layouts occasionally now. I do almost everything in 6 by 8 pocket pages because I like them so much.
Yeah.
And also I think it's easier because like if you only print for, like I mostly print 3 by 4 or 4 by 6 photos, and a 3 by 4 photo, they can fit in the 3 by 4 pockets, but you can also put a 3 by 4 vertical or horizontal photo in a 4 by 6 pocket. So basically you can put things anywhere. Like if you turn the page and you're like, okay, now I have a 4 by 6, well, a 3 by 4 photo can still fit there, or a 4 by 6. So it's, I don't know, it's easier than the format I used on that 12 by 12 album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that once you find the little tricks, then it's perfect.
Yeah. Now I got used to it, and I like that I can make things interactive too. Like have things that pull out or flip up. It's very easy in 4 by 6 pockets.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary. Okay, I think Amy has her hand up, so let's bring her up here. Go ahead and turn your mic on for us.
So I have a ton of photos from this this internship program that our son did in the fall. And so I wanted to set them apart from the other pages in the album, which are 12 by 12. So I'm doing them all 9 by 12.
Oh, that's fun.
And some of them are pockets. This one is not, but it does have a pre-cut cut file.
Mm.
I love pre-cut cut files. They're my favorite thing.
It's like I didn't have to do it myself. But thank you so much for sharing. See, guys, it's like so good to share. I think I saw Lindsay with her hand up. Do you want to turn your mic on?
Hello, how's everybody today?
Excellent.
How's your crop?
It's excellent. I'm swearing a little bit this morning at my mismeasurements, but I am making a little notebook.
Ooh,
Oh,
love it. Look at all that mixed media in there.
The paper did all the hard work for me.
Lovely.
And I'm gonna put this on, cut this down to be on the cover.
Wow.
And
So
then I
what
also
size is that notebook? It looks like a different size.
it is about 3.25 by about 8.5. So sort of slimline-ish, like
Oh,
slimline card-ish.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put some, like I used to way back when we did all those like early junk journals. I still have some of that white, like dauber paint. And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna smush some lightly over a few of the spots, and then you can write on it with just a regular ballpoint pen. So I'm just
Cool.
gonna use it for lists and just to be a happy journal.
Right. Right.
fun.
And you look in it and you're so inspired because the artwork is so cool.
I know, I think Donna just asked if I put photos in it. I'm not in this one, but I am doing one similar with some steampunk vibes, and I'm going to turn it into a Wicked themed album. So even though I'm scrapbooking my Wicked pages, because I'm Wicked obsessed, and I always have been, I'm not just jumped on the bandwagon, I am going to do a little mini album as well and use a bunch of different ephemera I have. So I absolutely would do like mini pages and stuff like this in other ones. So
Cool. Thank you.
while I have you on here, Alice, can I just ask one quick question?
Oh.
My membership says it will auto renew, so that sounds right. Like there is auto renew setups.
I think it kind of depends on if you did PayPal or Stripe.
I did PayPal.
We have some issues with the PayPal ones.
Okay. So should I just, so because I know we had trouble last time and it's set to renew like the day before load. So should I just renew like on my own, do you think?
I can go in and cancel the renewal so that it won't renew for sure. And then I'll just say yes. That might just be easier.
Okay. I just thought it was easier to ask in person than try to message. So yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll fix
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just cancel it because the PayPal ones are glitchy. The
They're
Stripe
the ones that
seem to
are
work,
causing.
but the PayPal ones, I
Okay.
don't know. Like we've got that set up so they go through, but then the renewals become the problem, and then it's like people are like, this isn't working. And I'm like, I see that. Like,
So I'll just touch base with you maybe later today just to confirm what I need to exactly do on my end.
okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, the Stripe are just the credit card ones. Donna was asking.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do I see anybody else turning on a microphone? I don't see that. So I'll just come back to Allison and myself. Let's see here. Put you up on Spotlight and add Spotlight. So we are just going to wrap up with a few little reminders. I'm just going to give the quick reminder about our load because that is the big thing that's coming up next. And we are going to be doing such a fun theme. Where did the picture go? I was just going to pop it up so easy. It's disappeared again. That's so weird. They don't normally do that. Yeah. Okay, that's awkward.
There it is.
There we go. So this is our load that we have coming up in February, and we are going to be scrapbooking every single day, inspired by Back to the Future. I just thought I would ask you while we're here, Allison, like, what is it about load that kind of worked for you? Because I think it's an interesting conversation to kind of hear like what different people take out of load. Like, I'm the first to say, like, not every load have I completed. However, I always am way more productive in a load month. So for myself, a load month is very beneficial, even if I don't finish. Although I finished so many of them that it's just like, dang, like look at all the scrapbooking I got done. But what is it for you that has made like the biggest difference with load?
Um, Getting faster, I think.
Mhm.
It kind of load I find forces me to do more thinking. So I tend to read the prompt when it comes through. It's 9 p.m. my time, and sort of have it sit there and think. And then when I'm ready to get going, it happens faster. But knowing that I have a limited amount of time to get a layout done, I don't overthink things. I tend to stick and go anyways, but I do that even faster during load. But the thing I love about load is the prompts tend to take me in places and directions that I had never even contemplated scrapbooking before. And I tell stories that I didn't necessarily think were sort of important stories to tell, but then those layouts end up being some of my favorites. So yeah, it's amazing what a couple of little prompts can do. Like you just, yeah, go wild.
Yeah. For me, like the biggest change in like getting journaling onto pages came through load and through the load prompts because it asked me a story. And then when I sat down, I was telling that story with my page. So then my photos and my embellishments became accents to the story rather than I'm scrapbooking photos and then trying to figure out what to say. And
Yeah.
so it kind of turned scrapbooking upside down in a way for me because it was so story first. And literally some of my very, very, very favorite pages have come out of load challenges. And you think that if you're doing so many of them, you're like, oh, like what possibly, like, what can you tell again? Like, and some themes always come back, right? Like you get different themes, but there's always like just a little twist in how you present it, and I just love that part. Like, I know I'm making the load challenges now, but it doesn't matter. I love them just as much because I love how they unlock these stories. And guaranteed, when I'm looking at people's pages in the gallery, I'm like, oh, that was such a good way to use that prompt, and I can't wait to do a page like that because it just makes me super excited um to tell a different story. So yeah. Beth says, no matter how many layouts I make during load, it puts scrapbooking top of my mind for the month, and I love seeing the videos and what everybody else does with the prompts. And Joy says, I've only done a few of the loads, but the prompts help me do a much better job of journaling and storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it's what I took out of it. It was one of the reasons I fell in love with Load when Lane had presented it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So it's really fun. And if you're like a little nerdy, like a little nerdy at all, I think your little nerd heart will glow for the month because I dive into so many little details about like the movie, the music, whatever we're getting into, like this time with Back to the Future. So much fun. But yeah, it's all that nerdy stuff. So it's like a good
Yeah.
chance to let your little nerd glow.
Oh, I love your deep dives. Like you come up with stuff that I was like, really? It's like that is so cool. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
appreciate that.
should be a lot of fun. Okay, well, that is what's going on. If you want to join us for that and you're not a Scrap Happy member, use the code FUTURE2025 and you can get signed up either for membership or just for the load challenge. Go to scraphappy.org/load to sign up for load, or scraphappy.org. Just go to scraphappy.org and you'll find the links for everything actually. So there you go. It's .org, not .com. So if you're like, how come the website doesn't work? You've clicked .com and just go to .org. It's all good. Beth says, I loved your layouts, Allison and Alice. Thanks for a fun morning. We did good. We did good. We made fun pages. We got to use fabulous products. If you're looking for a kit like this, and if you weren't as lucky as Michelle to win one today, go over to the Scrap Room and get yourself hooked up with a Flavors of the Month kit at scrap-room.com. And with that, we are out for today. So, oh, and I told you I would let you know when we're coming back. So Scrap School for February is scheduled for February the 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So get on the email list and join us for that. There is, all you have to do is get on the email list, and we don't spam too much. We send some fun things, and there you go. scraphappy.org/subscribe. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.